Okay.
All right.
All right, everyone, we're live. We're recording. We got 26 people on. We can get 50. So if you know somebody needs to be on here, tag them, get them on here now. It's now or never.
Now and never, ever, ever.
Now and never. All right, Miss Jennifer.
Woohoo!
My sister switched and lost in the hospital.
Right?
I know.
What would I do without you?
I don't know. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Oh, I love you, Chick. All right, I'm sending out a start right now.
Yep.
All right. I'm good. Oh, I'm excited for July, Chick. I'm excited for July.
Oh my gosh.
Green carpet, what?
Oh my God, I can't wait for green carpet. I was out in the sun today working because I got to get my green carpet tan on. You guys, I'm so excited. July, I always get really excited about July because something big always happens in July. And it catapults us through summer, which I love it. And who doesn't want to have their business boom in July on through, you know?
Right? I love the spacing that it works out. You know, we've got January, February conference that catapults your business up until the summer. Then, you know, here we've got green carpet that's going to take you through to conference if you let it, if you run. So I'm super stoked because I know my team is on fire, Sandy. I know your team is just, they're ready. They're ready.
Yes, there's a lot going on right now with the teams. I feel there's some momentum building right now, and I love that. I love what's about to happen. And I think the reason why I feel that and I have it in my gut is because I believe it's about to happen. And when you believe something, it comes to fruition. So I feel it, I see it. And we were kind of told, I mean, I don't know if you know this, Jen, but two big things are happening at Green Carpet.
Yeah,
Two big things are happening at Green Carpet, so I'm super excited about that. All right, let's dive in, right? Because we said we're straight to the point. And
we know that it's like the end of the month. You guys have BOGO orders to put in, so we're going to make this short, sweet, and to the point because we're stupid excited.
Yes. Hey, real quick, if you guys are on here on your phones, can you please mute your line? Because we got a lot of stuff we're going to go over, and if I hit mute all, I'm going to mute Jen on accident, and then I have to find her and unmute her. So if you have not muted yet, please mute out so that way everyone who's on, they can hear. Okay? Thank you, everyone. All right, Jen.
All right. So I'm so excited, and Sandy and I were talking. She's reading a book that is just so near and dear to my heart. Ooh, you got it right there. GoPro. I know my team could not be more sick of me talking about GoPro. And every single time that Eric Worre does a YouTube video, I'm like, share it with the team. I love this book. And there's one of the chapters. I don't know if you have not read this book. I know most of my team has because I will stalk you until you do.
And my team, this is the book of the month because I think
awesome.
I honestly, real quick, I wish I would have started self-development 4.5 years ago because I think that I would be a professional by now. But this is our book of the month. We have a book of the month now. This is our first book of the month, self-development that our team is doing.
Awesome.
Good book.
It was one book that we all know self-development is so critically important, you guys. If you are not growing, I promise you your paycheck's not going to grow. If you are feeling like you're stuck in a rut, what are you doing to grow in here? Because this business, honest to God, we hear steps to success, and that's how you do it. But it's mindset. It is mindset when you're talking to your team. It's mindset when you're talking to potential loyal customers and potential distributors. And mindset goes down to what you think you can do, you can, and what you can't, what you say you can't do, you can't do. So how do you fix your mindset? And that is with you. You and only you are responsible for your personal development. There are so many amazing apps. I talked to my team about the app Audible, to where I don't believe anybody, I will not believe anybody that says they don't have time for personal development, because I can guarantee you're driving somewhere, you're cooking dinner, you're showering. I hope you showering and getting ready, listening to it on your Audible app on a Bluetooth speaker, and just take that all in. And, you know, GoPro is a book that when I first read it, it was like, mind blown. I'm like, well, damn, why didn't I read that book like day one? Hold on. Yeah. Good night. Good night. Sorry. But that, because it talks about the fundamentals of your business, recruiting, retention. Good night, guys. Good. Sorry. Recruiting, closing, offering the business, everything you need to run your business is good night. Is in good. I'm so sorry.
You're like, I'm going to keep smiling. And I'm saying,
because I have my wine. But that book was amazing. And there's a chapter that Sandy and I were talking about that we were both like, yes. Yes, yes. And the chapter is firing your upline. Yes. And the first time I read that, I'm like, no, I don't want anyone to fire me. Like, come to me for everything.
Yeah.
No. That book or that chapter, Firing Your Upline, was so important because it talks about being personally accountable for your business, because you started it for your why, not for my why, for your why. And it's so important. Like the resources are there, you guys. Every single person has the same exact access to everything. When I was signed, I did not get much training. I didn't get much. So I had to literally sit there and I YouTubed everything. People ask how I was such a good recruiter because I learned. I took that personal accountability for my business. Now, it took me a minute. I'm not going to lie and blow smoke and say I did it from day one. I did it. But I learned how to be resourceful because we all have access to the same resources. Sandy doesn't have a special file. I don't have a special file. We took it upon ourselves to learn our trade. And that's something that I think is just so, so important. Ashley, I just fell in love with you all over again because I see you holding up the book right now. Yeah, that's my girl. Sandy, what are your thoughts on that?
When we were first talking about firing your upline, it can make you feel a little like, but I like what you said. We started this for our reason. I mean, I didn't start this because of Lisa's reason or Lisa's why, or because Lisa didn't want to be a waitress anymore. I started this because I wanted to make money. And so I have to be my own boss. And sometimes, and this is the reason why we're talking about this, and this is a quick little segment that we're talking about, because I think too often we get so used to working for somebody at your job, okay, and you have to answer to them all the time. You have to tell them when you've clocked in, when you're clocking out. Some of you have to ask to go to the bathroom. Some of you have to ask if you can take your lunch. Some of you have to ask permission to go to your kid's event, or you were so used to reaching out to somebody to ask permission to do something or how to do something that it's hard to flip that switch when we become our own boss and with our own business, that we don't want to let go of that. And so we put so much weight on the person that assigned us or the person above them, whoever you turn to, that we want them to do everything for us because that's what we're used to. And when you put so much weight on the person that signed you to do it all, you won't ever learn. Sarah's shaking her head. She's like, nope, you won't learn. I bet that's what she's like. Sarah, perfect example. I showed her a few things, and that girlfriend is ran. Like, she will pop in from time to time to fill me in or ask some questions, but she's taking the bull by the horns and she's running with it, which is what we want you to do. We're not saying that we're never going to be here for you, but at some point you have to be ready to step into that role as the boss, the leader. Now, I'm not saying that you have to then be the boss of the people below you, because you want to be there to inspire them and to encourage them and to show them the ropes. But I would hope that you would want the people below you to have the same initiative that you just had, to just get in there and work your business, to get out there and talk to people, to share, to really fall in love with this and want others to fall in love too.
Absolutely. I will never forget the time that Sarah Rankin, she was over at my house, and I was folding laundry and I was listening to boxes trying to catch up, and she's like, did someone just ask you that? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, are you going to answer? I said, well, of course. She's like, would I have ever answered that question for you? I said, no. She's like, you're right. You think you're helping by telling them the answer instead of showing them. So we're going to all take more just personal accountability. The resources are there. So don't be put off if your upline, instead of telling you the answer, shows you where to find it, because you're going to feel more empowered with your business. It's not because they don't want to answer you. They want you to feel empowered, know where to find it, because when you become an awesome, awesome recruiter after, I don't know, maybe the next week, what do you think, Sandy? When they're going to learn how to be an amazing recruiter? That comes.
We're not ready to tell them anything.
I know. It was a little hint. It was a hint. But you're going to build your team, and you want your team to be empowered to know where the answer is instead of relying on you to tell them the answer. If your line's not muted, can you mute your line, please? Or not.
Hold on, Jen. Hold on, Jen. Okay, I just remuted everybody. Go.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about GoPro. There's one of the categories or one of the chapters in the book is he breaks down the network marketing professional. And there are 3 different categories that Sandy's going to get a little bit more into. There's the amateur, there's the poser, and then there's the professional. And I think sometimes we get into things and we signed our 4 LCs and maybe we're starting to build our team. We're like, we get this. We're a professional. Like, we've got this. That's how I felt when I read this book. And then I learned what the professional is. I'm like, nope, I'm going to get there, but I'm not there yet. So Sandy's going to kind of go over those 3 aspects. And I want you to listen to these 3 and ask yourself where you fall, because where you fall is not where you stay. Mm-hmm. We're all working towards being the professional, but that takes time. That takes time. We have to. I was talking to one of my team members the other day, and she said, I suck at this. I'm like, oh my God, no, you don't.
Just shot yourself in the foot with that one. Nice job.
I'm like, you don't suck at this.
You're right. You do. No, because here's the thing. If you say you suck, you do.
That's what I told her. I said, congratulations.
I'm not going to argue with you.
You just said it.
Tell me you suck, I'm going to be saying, good job. You hit the side. All right.
Right. But I said, it's the same thing that if you did not go to school for nursing and then all of a sudden you put on a pair of scrubs and you went into work, you don't know what you're doing because you haven't learned it yet. And I was a nurse for a long time, and I still learn something new every single day. Every single day. That's with our businesses, guys. This is the same thing. You are not going to pay the $99, and you know this. No, I've been in for 3.5 years. Sandy, how long have you been in?
4.5.
4.5. And I can guarantee you, Sandy and I can both sit here and say we probably learn something new at least once a day. At least once a day, because our minds are open to coaching and to learning our trade. So Sandy, do you want to get into those three categories?
Yeah, and you know what? It really blew me away. I'm on chapter 5, you guys, and I got stopped at chapter 2, and I've read chapter 2 several times because it was about the poser, the amateur, and the professional, because I was really kind of reading through it and trying to see where I saw myself. Now, I know where I'm at, and I'll tell you guys where I see myself after I describe some of these, but I want you guys to take some notes, and I want you to really think about what I'm telling you, okay? Because I know there are people on my team, after reading this several times, I know where they fall. I've got posers on my team. Who wants, first of all, the name poser? Like you're faking it. You're pretending. You're falsifying who you are. Who really wants to be a poser? I know I've got posers on my team, especially after reading this. Amateurs. I mean, that's like going to That's like going to amateur night when you want to learn to be a pole dancer at a strip club. Like, you don't know what you're doing, but you're going to pretend like you know what you're doing. Like, when I hear amateur, like, okay. I mean, do you want to be that person? No. Or do you want to be the pro that's going to teach others to be a pro? I mean, this is what was going, no joke. You guys, unfiltered, this is me. These are thoughts that go through.
That's why I love Zooms. We can be real.
And so here's the description, and I'm just going to read it, guys, because I'm not going to pretend to have it all memorized. But you know, a poser, okay, posers treat this profession like a lottery ticket. And I know that we say a lot of the times, wow, we've got the winning lottery ticket. All we got to do is cash it in. Okay, yeah, you may have it, but Cashing it in is getting yourself to pro, not staying the poser. So, but being a poser, they treat professions like this as a lottery ticket. They're hoping to hit it big with as little effort as possible, which means they did their $99. They sat down, they stopped answering the phone call of their upline. They don't get on calls. They might get on a call from time to time. They might post something once a month. And they don't understand why people aren't just falling into their lap, because they posted last month that they're doing this. Why aren't they getting rich? Like, why doesn't somebody want their skinny wrap? You can't be that person. If you do little effort, you're going to get little to no pay. And those will be the people that quit within the first week, the first month, within the first 6 months. Posers don't make it. And if you see yourself being a poser and you've kind of like maybe not done anything, and only you can answer this, I know that I've got posers on my team only because actions speak louder than words, and they can tell me all day long that they're doing what they say they're doing, and yet I don't see it, and I don't see the activity. They're not like when they say they want to follow up with me, and they're going to follow up with me, or they're going to post, or they're going to book parties, or they're do X, Y, and Z, and I'm not seeing it. They're saying what they think I want to hear. Posers will do that. Posers will tell you what they think you want to hear, just because they think that's going to pacify you, and you'll leave them alone again for a little while. And by them telling you what they think you want to hear, they think, yeah, I'm working my business. That's right. I gave her the right answer. I'll be all right for a little bit, because then she'll come back and ask me again later. And by then, maybe they will have posted one more thing. Maybe they sent one text out and they got a no. And then they're like, that's it. I can't do this. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Jen, do you want to add anything to that before I go on to amateur?
I was a poser when I started. I'm like, but I posted last week. Where are my 4 LCs?
A lot of people will fall into being a poser.
But you know what? It's okay, because I think you are one aha moment away from stepping out of being a poser. And just because, I mean, if while she was reading that, you're like, oh crap, that was kind of mean. It doesn't have to be anymore, because congratulations, you're human. You get the right to change the direction of your business any single time. Like as in today, tomorrow can be your day that you're like, I hated that definition of a poser. I'm not going to be it anymore. So don't.
And it says right here, it says you may get some results, and then you might get just enough results to keep you going for a little bit, but it's not going to be enough to keep you in it for the next 3 to 5 years. If you're a poser, you won't make it past 6 months. 80% of you won't. If you're a poser, you might not ever see your 1-year anniversary.
Absolutely.
If you do, you're treating this like a hobby. I think posers treat this like hobbies.
Yes, it's a hobby, and when it doesn't pay, they're done.
Yeah.
Hobbies don't pay.
Yep. And this category, it's just a bad idea to try to stay here. Okay. So then the next one's an amateur. Take that word as you will. That I visualize somebody wanting to be a stripper on amateur night. I don't want to be that girl. Okay. But it says that amateurs, they focus on different things, but they still go on luck. They still think that there's a little bit of luck behind being in a business like this. And it says here that, you hope to get lucky. Okay, so this is huge. This is going to hit home with a lot of you. Hold on 2 seconds. Mute all. Somebody keeps on muting themselves. It's making it very hard for me to concentrate. Okay, so many of you will feel like, yes, this is me, because It Works Global focuses on the 2% when they tell stories, okay? You will get this when I read this to you, okay? It Works Global, all those people that get up on stage and tell their story and where they're at and what they do and, like, flew to the top quickly, that's the 2% of the rest of this organization, okay? The rest of us think that we're part of that 2% because we're sitting back and we're like, we're going to get lucky. We're going to sign that monster distributor that's going to make us rich. We're going to find that one person. We're going to get lucky. That person's going to sign. They're going to take me to the top. You're going to find that rock star right away. Okay. How many of you have been like, yep, I'm waiting on that rock star. Just waiting on that rock star. That rock star is going to take me to the top. If you keep sitting there waiting, you're going to wait for a while. You know, yes. Here's what it says. It says, in reality, even if all of those stories were true, in reality, it doesn't serve our profession very well because it makes people spend their time hoping to hit it big. When I read that, I'm like, holy crap. How many of you are just sitting back waiting for that big person, and somebody comes in and you're trying to raise the dead because no, you knew that they were going to be a rock star. They're the ones that's going to make you $1 million. They're the ones going to make you the Millionaires Club on stage holding the mic because you're an ambassador diamond. And waiting for that rock star to come and just assuming that it's going to happen for you right out of the gate, like all those stories where they don't tell you all the hours that they put into it, okay? They don't talk about how they're working their business 60, 70, 80 hours a week. And if you're only working your business 2 hours a week, well, you're not going to find that rock star. But they don't talk about that part of the aspect of this business. And so you're sitting back just waiting. And then it says, you know, the second thing that people who are an amateur focus on is they focus a lot on the timing of the business, okay? They're worried about timing. Did I get in early enough? Could I be the youngest top level person in the company? How many other leaders were already in my local market? How many of you sit back and are like, saturated where I live, I can't work this business, I can't do it? You worry about that. You worry about who's in your market. You focus more energy and focusing on who is in your market rather than going out there and just sharing it, okay? This is what amateurs do. Were there too many to compete against? Are there too many distributors in my area? They've already talked to everyone, okay? If what I'm saying is ringing with you, you're probably falling in the amateur. Were there enough to get true? Okay, somebody's driving, I hear a car. Will you please mute yourself? Pretty please. How many people are in the company? Like saturation. People want to know, you know, how many people are in the company? Is the company too big? Did I miss the growth? Did I miss the curve? Do you guys know that Mary Kay has been around for like 1,000 years and people can still join today and make it to the top and still make great money with this? It's the way you work the business and your mindset with this, okay? And then it's just literally you get too obsessed with timing. And that can really slow you down. I am begging the person who is driving and is on the phone and is not muted to please mute your phone. I am begging you right now. The third thing that people who are an amateur focus on is positioning. Okay, this is going to be a huge one because I've had people come to me for this one, Jenna, and I know you have too. Okay, the positioning, okay? First, is this the right business for me? You start questioning only because you're not out working the business. Do other people have a better position than me? Which means in our world, well, was that person placed up closer to their top line so they get more help? Or was this person placed with this person so they're getting more help from these leaders? They think that where they're placed at on the team plays a role in how they're going to be successful because they're depending on someone else to build their success. And they think it's where they're at in the business, okay? And then maybe I don't have the right upline. Maybe I would have been better signing with someone else, okay? I hear this all the time. Maybe I should just sign with you. Maybe I should have just signed with you. Or I've had people come to me and say, you know what, my upline doesn't help me. I don't want to be with them anymore. I want to join your team. You know what? I will admit it. I did this 4 years ago. I had a girl quit, wait her 90 days, sign back up with me, and guess what? She didn't do a damn thing with me. It's not the upline. It's the individual, okay? It is the person. It is their hunger, their desire. It does not matter because we are our own independent distributors. And like Jen said earlier, we all have the same tools and resources. It comes down to your own desire, your own hunger, and want to make this happen. The fourth thing that people focus on in the amateur is shortcuts. Shortcuts, okay? He lists tons of stuff, but here's the thing. Stop reinventing the wheel is how I broke this whole big paragraph when he's talking about shortcuts. You need to stop thinking that you are smarter than the CEO and the marketing director of this company who have 30, 40 years experience doing this, okay? When you are 3 weeks in, 4 months in, 6 months in, a year in, okay? They know what they're doing. This company's been around for 16 years. They have taken the time. They have done the trial and error for us, okay? They have done the ups and downs. They've perfected it. They have the marketing materials for us to help us, okay? Stop putting newspaper ads in magazines. Stop paying for billboards. Stop, printing your own material and changing things and trying to make these. They have really, really taken the time to give us the tools because they've done the research for us. They've spent the money and time and heartache and headache and they've done it for us. So don't waste your time or money because time is money, okay? I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see me. I can't see. I got to turn the light on. So that was a huge one for me. It's stop. Because again, and I'll admit, I used to do that. I used to think that if I filled out an ad and put an ad and paid the money for this or had to sponsor a golf tee. My husband told me, he's like, Sandy, stop giving money to have your logo on a tee box because the golfers don't look at it. They're worried about the ball on the pin and how far it goes. They don't care who's advertising at hole. They're not looking at that, okay? I was like, good to know, okay? Stop looking for the shiny new way to approach, your business. So that's an amateur. Do you have anything to add for amateur before I go on to pro?
No, because I want to keep it rolling because I like.
Okay. Then it's going pro. Okay, there's here's a definition. So when he finally said that he was ready, he made the decision to go pro. He said Wikipedia actually gives the definition of a professional as this, okay? A person who is paid to undertake a specialized set of tasks and to complete them for a fee. Okay, well, that's not me. I don't want to charge a fee to do anything. But he said, but his definition of a network marketing professional is a person who is an expert at the skills required to build a large and successful network marketing organization. That will be me. I am going to develop the skills, use the resources, build everything that I can based on the tools and resources that ItWorks gave me by constantly growing and building my knowledge so that I can be a network marketing pro, so that I can go pro and be a successful business owner. Hands down, I was like, okay, nothing more needs said on that. And then I read this to Jen earlier on in Voxer, and I said, I have to read this whole thing to you guys because it hit home. Are you okay? Do you think that this part's okay for me to read the part that I read?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he puts this thing, and he says, and Jen, and I thought of you because you're a nurse. How long did you go to school to be a nurse? How many hours do you think you put in being hours to be a professional nurse?
A long time, and I was still learning. A long time.
All the time, right?
Yeah.
All the time. Any of you that have gone to school. Yeah, hours and hours. And if you wanted to be a doctor, you would have gone years and years and years and years. So here's the example. I'm going to read this because this was pretty dead on. It says professional athletes will devote endless hours to preparing for competitions, but when they join a network marketing company, they won't give 1 day's worth of effort to learning our skills. They won't. Doctors will devote a decade of their lives at huge financial expense to become a physician, but when they join network marketing, they won't give a month's study or practice becoming a network marketing pro. This is so, yes, go.
I have to say, unless your name is Dr. Katie Karhoff, because she's a physician and she has worked this business really hard. So I just had to except for Katie Karhoff. Okay, I'm done.
But he was making a point that people will put so much time and energy and money into things so now that they can be a peon to a boss that's going to tell them what to do, when, where, what, how, and yet when they get the opportunity to be their own boss and to be their own pro, they won't put half the time or effort into it, and they will make every excuse in the book. Why? Because they don't really have to answer to anyone because no one's going to fire them if they don't show up to work. But their check's going to go down or they will never create a check. Okay? And he says it, he quotes a book, Outliers, which I'll be buying this book because this point he makes here So now I want to read this book. But he said his good friend, Malcolm Gladwell, who wrote the book Outliers, he did some research, and here's what blew my mind. Did this not blow your mind when I read this to you, Jen? Well, you read this too. But here's what he said. He said Malcolm did a study, and it said it takes approximately 10,000 hours of practice to reach the expert level of anything that you do. 10,000 hours to be an expert, okay? And if you do 4 hours a day of practice, that adds up to be about 7 years. 7 years to be an expert and a professional, okay? That formula applies to network marketing as well. But here's the thing. It says here it's going to take about 7 years for you to become a world class. But the good news is the profession is very forgiving, and you can earn a lot of money while you're becoming an expert. The trick is not to get complacent. Don't stop learning while you're earning. And I was like, boom, boom. Mic drop, because it is so true. Because I have people on my team coming to me and they're like, I want to quit my job, I want to hit this rank, I don't want to work anymore, I need to make this X amount of money, and yet they're putting in as minimal amount of time, and they're not learning and expanding their knowledge to be an expert, to take responsibility for this amazing opportunity that they have. So, and they won't even give me a year. And yet this book is telling me that it's going to take them 7 years if they dedicate 4 hours a day. And I can't get people to dedicate 10 minutes. If you can't put an hour a day or more into doing something to help you with your business or grow or share or network or get out there and be a pro, it's going to take you longer than 7 years. And I tell all of my distributors, hey, I'm asking you to give me 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years of hardcore, on point, working hard, learning and growing so that you can have the life and the dreams that you want. I just found out it might take them longer than 7, because I have a lot of people who aren't willing to put in the time that's needed. And this was a real eye-opener for me, and I hope it's a real eye-opener for you, especially if you don't want to be a poser, you don't want to be stuck as an amateur, and you want to move towards a professional where you can really start growing this business so that it could be a multi-million-dollar brand, if that's what you choose. Even if you just want to make $10,000 a month, you still have to put in the time and the hours and the effort. The last thing I'm going to read here, Jen, and then I'm going to let you take over, is he said that when you make the decision to go pro, everything's going to change for you. When you make that decision, you have to make the decision in your heart and in your mind and in your soul, and the way you wake up in the morning with those thoughts. When your feet hit the floor, you have to think, I'm going pro. He said you have to stop focusing on luck, timing, positioning, and shortcuts. Okay? You even have to stop focusing on the money, because we get so caught up in how much money we're going to make. What did we make this month? What didn't we make? Why did our check go down? Why did our check go up? Why didn't we get a raise? Why did we get a raise? We focus on that. It can be a distraction. And your world will change when you start focusing on the skills and make the commitment to practice, 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 practice until you master them. Plain and simple. And it's not, reading and then self-developing is one way. Getting on corporate calls is another. Going to corporate events is another. Going to team meetings is another. Getting on the Zoom. You guys are putting the time into. You guys, congratulations. Congratulations. You are working your way towards being a professional because you plugged in, okay? The bottom line is you're going to be involved in this great profession. So decide to do it right. Treat it like a profession. Go pro, and this business will be great. Okay? If you want to stay a poser or an amateur, you're going to be miserable. I was like, dead on. Dead on.
I mean, boom, mic drop. Yes.
I was like, and I had to keep reading it. I got highlights and writing all over. I'm like, holy crap, I have to read this, because I will be honest, and I will tell you guys, I am an amateur trying to go pro. Because some of these things that he said to stop focusing on, I get caught up in that trap. We all do. But you have to recognize when it's happening so you can stop it. That's the key to really knowing that you're moving in the right direction. I can get focused so much on being lucky, like, oh, she's my rock star. She's gonna be my rock star. I know she's gonna be great. She's got all these skills and all these. She's done this and she's done that. I know she's gonna be great. I just know it. This is it. This is my one. This is my one that's gonna take me to the top. Like I get caught up in that. And I focus sometimes on, oh my gosh, what did my check do? Crap, what do I got to do? I got to make this one. And it can be a distraction sometimes. So I know that I'm an amateur working towards pro, but it's time to step it up and really push harder to get to the pro side. So that way I'm more confident in what I'm doing.
I'm right there with you. I'm amateur trying to go pro, and I do the same thing. But you guys, I want you to realize that you've got a triple and a presidential that are both admitting, like, hand is raised. Mm-hmm. We're amateurs, but we know where we're going. And we are 100% committed to mastering the skills to take us pro. And, you know, when Eric Worre talks about, like, the beauty of network marketing and how, okay, so it might take you 7 years to become an expert. A lot of those ambassador diamonds haven't been in for 7 years. A lot of them haven't even been in for 5 years. And so they're not expert level, right? They're doing pretty damn well. They're doing well because they're making money while doing this. And think about it, if it took you 5 years to go ambassador and you're still not an expert, you're going to be doing something for the next 5 years. And I can promise you that it is not going to be something that will pay you as ambassador diamond. So if we know that amateurs focus on negative things and on wishes and prayers and who is working, who's not working, all of those things, instead of fine-tuning their skills, raise your hand, who wants to learn how to fine-tune their skills? All right, I am thinking that is everybody. You want to learn how to fine-tune your skills, we've got something for you. I'm so excited. Sandy and I obviously work really well together. We're on the same page. I'm pretty sure my mom, like, secretly got around, and Sandy is somehow my sister. Hi, Connie. So we, I was thinking about what I want to do. And
Is Connie your mom?
No, Connie is Miranda's little girl who I just love to pieces.
Oh, I was like, oh my God, you just made a statement, then you're like, hi. I'm like, okay. Okay.
No, he's a cute little girl. But my team did something called, I'm really cheesy with names. Sorry, guys. But I call it the 7-day sprint. We did this, I believe it was in January 1st, actually. And it was amazing. I got such great feedback from it. And what prompted the 7-day sprint was me reading GoPro for like the 3rd time and thinking, like, oh my gosh, if we could take these fundamentals that he's teaching us in this book and turn them into our trade, into it works and income producing activities, what would happen? What would happen if we did a week of this? And sometimes we do these, Sandy, I know your team does them, or your and Lisa's team, and I know Sarah and my team, we've done like the 30-day pushes, and we've done them for like full 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. What if we made it into one, Connie, cover your ears, cover her ears, badass income producing week, to where it's not going to be for this. I talked to my team about this is where I'm going to see who's interested versus committed. Because if you're interested, you might be on this Zoom. You might have even made a Facebook post about the Zoom. But if you're committed, you're taking notes. I'm taking notes when Sandy's writing, you guys, or when Sandy's talking. You're taking notes and you're like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? I'm so excited. And you're going to do this. So we're going to figure out real quickly who's interested versus who's committed. And if you guys have teams, I suggest you do this too. Because the next 7 days, we are going to do straight up income producing activities. And so we're going to do another 7-day sprint. And I am so excited because I know my team members that participated in the 7-day sprint all the way back in January had awesome results. Their confidence was huge. They knew how to talk to people. They knew what they were doing. And there was something that was really important with the 7-day sprint. Do you guys know what a 6 list is? Most of you guys know what a 6 list is. Part of the 7-day sprint, round 1, and we're going to do it again, is you got to do a 6 list every single day. Every single day. I will be the very first to admit I do my 6 list. It is in my book. Actually, it's in the one that Miranda got me. I write it every single day, and most days I do not do all 6. I will be very honest, very transparent with you. And I beat myself up about it. But what if we are all 100% committed to doing our 6 list every single day? Can you imagine how productive you'd feel? You'd have all these endorphins running because you would go to bed satisfied. You would go to bed knowing, you know what? I ran my business. I ran my business today. And that is a really freaking good feeling. That's a really good feeling. And that feeling is very contagious too. Your team's going to know, like, she's doing something different, because you're going to have confidence. And just like any skill, it takes that continued repetition. So if you are consistent about finishing your 6 list and fine-tuning those skills, you're going to be on fire. You are going to be on fire.
I lost it.
Let me just mute everyone again. I don't know how they keep unmuting themselves. Drives me bonkers. I love it. And I know, okay, so I'm going to step in here because I know that a lot of my people that are on here are already part of Destination to Diamond. So you need to focus on that. That launches tomorrow. You will not be participating in the 7-day sprint because the Destination to Diamond is going to be what you need, okay? For my team, those who missed the deadline for the contract to get a part of Destination to Diamond, or maybe you were just a little nervous to commit for 30 days, you will be a part of the 7-day sprint. It's 7 days. That's it. In, out, and you're going to push for the rest of the month. And I'm super excited that this is an opportunity for those people who...
She's brushing your teeth.
Let's just sit and listen to the conversation.
Who's brushing their teeth? Someone's brushing their teeth.
I mean, that maybe their conversation's more important. I don't know. Let's listen.
Brush your teeth.
I can't even handle it. I can't even handle this. My ADD can't handle this.
Like, what kind of toothpaste are you using?
Oh yeah, who's brushing their teeth? What are you doing? Mint or peppermint, cinnamon? Is it gel? Is it paste? What we got going on?
But no.
Anyways, I'm really excited to do this for the people who weren't able, for my team at least. And when Jen asked me if I wanted to do this with her, hands down, I jumped up and down and I was like, yes, because I want to learn how she does this, because I guarantee I'm going to fall in love with it, and it's going to be something that I do with my team often after she shows me the ropes. But most importantly, I want all of you to feel really good and confident about getting out there and working your businesses every single day, so that you are building the knowledge and you are moving from a poser to an amateur on your way to a professional. And the only way that you're going to do that is if you have the tools to do it. And we're going to help you build your income while you're doing that. And I'm so excited to do it.
I'm stoked because I know how it went last time. And truly, those of you that participated last time, you had that confidence, and that confidence is just so important. But you also had that consistency. And just like any habit, imagine if you took the next 7 days and said, oh my gosh, I'm in love with the way I feel right now. I'm in love with the way I feel about myself and how I run my business. I'm going to do it again the second day. You don't need a whole new 7-day sprint. Do the same thing that we're teaching you. Do it for a second a week. Imagine if you did that for 3 weeks. What do they say? It takes 21 days to develop a habit. Can you even fathom doing your 6 list to the point that it is a habit that you have to? So let me break this down how it's going to go. We are going to have a separate page. Insert eye roll right there. I know some of you guys are in a lot of pages and you're like, ugh, another page. This will be amazingly simple because this is just for a week, you guys. This is just for a week, and this is your personal hub. This is where you are going to connect with each other. This is where you're going to interact with each other. If you guys are running into something, post it in there. Let the other people help you. If you celebrated your wins, if you accomplished your 6 list by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I want to see you post about it. I want to share and celebrate your excitement and your accomplishment. So this page is going to be awesome. But Sandy, this was Sandy's tip, and I fell in love with it. So we're going to do a file. We're going to get an exact head count by tomorrow morning, exactly who is in. Maybe Sandy will post the recording, and then we'll give people like until a certain time tomorrow. Does that sound good?
Yeah, because we want to roll with it. I mean, it's end of month, so it's kind of crazy. We wanted to do this a little bit earlier, but it is what it is. So we'll know who's really wanting to do a quick 7-day push. And we're going to get you in the page. You're going to create your own file. So everything, we'll give you a task. You complete your task. You post it in the file, and we're going to give you suggestions on how to, maybe improve or answer a question that you have. But it's literally going to be in, out. You're going to build your business. And once you've got those fundamentals, like Jen said, just wash, rinse, repeat, do it again and again and again and again and again. Just like the steps to success, we do them again and again and again and again. And each time you fill one out, your business continues to grow. So I'm really, really excited about this.
I'm so excited. So with everybody having their own file, it's going to be very easy for you to put your pictures in there. Here are some of the expectations of the group. You're going to do a picture of your 6 list, and it needs to be physically written down. I know some people put it on their cell phone or like text it to themselves. There is a whole science behind the actual, what happens when you physically write something down. It puts vibrations, and there's energy, and there's motion. I'm not even going to get into all that. It's the whole like neuroscience, like my nerdy side loves this part. But you are going to physically write it down on a piece of paper. You're going to take a picture of it in the morning. You're going to post it under your file, and then you're going to post at bedtime your completed 6 list. Some things that are appropriate for 6 list. 6 list has to be objective. I see people do 6 lists like plug in more. What the hell does that mean? Like, no, it has to be something like that you can cross off. You want to give suggestions? Like on my 6 list every day is send out 30 messages, add 10 new people to social media. On my 6 list today was list 10 people. I didn't do that. It's things that you can physically write out. I want to give you another tip to 6 list just before we kind of kick this off tomorrow. Sometimes people break it down into 3 weeds and 3 seeds. Three seeds are 3 things that you're going to do to actively grow your business. Connecting with people through social media, blitzing, booking a party, things that you are doing to physically grow your business, offering the business to 5 people, something like that. And then 3 weeds are 3 things that you can consider maintenance, or maybe you don't really want to do. My follow-up is not the best sometimes. So on my 3 weeds section is follow up with 10 loyal customers. Things to maintain your business. So those are just different tips when looking at your 6 list. But 6 things. So then you're going to post under your file your completed picture of your 6 list, and we are going to complete your 6 list. And then every day we're going to have a challenge. These are things that are designed to make you step outside your comfort zone. And I know it's intimidating, but let's be real, guys. Your why does not fall in your comfort zone, because if it did, you'd already have achieved your why. And let's be real honest. Your comfort zone probably isn't that comfortable. Mine wasn't. I mean, my comfort zone was not comfortable at all. These are things that are going to push you. It would not be called the 7-day sprint or the 7-day push if it is not pushing you. So I just bear with it. It's for 7 days, and you are going to have, think if you did something that scared you every day for 7 days. I promise at the end of the 7 days, there's probably not too much that scares you, right? But these are going to be all income producing challenges. So I don't want to give away too much. We did videos the last one, so I think Sandy and I, if that's cool with you, we'll probably do videos again. And I'm so excited because I know what this did last time and I know what it'll do for you.
So if you're on my team and you are not part of Destination to Diamond and you want to, and you didn't get a chance to get in because either you missed the deadline or you missed the cutoff or you weren't really sure and you were contemplating it and you're like, I don't know, yes, I don't know, and you just didn't do it, get a hold of me. At least you're doing something rather than sitting back not having any kind of direction. This is better than nothing, okay? And you're going to be so glad that you did because it's going to be something that you can continue to do over and over and over again, that then you can then do it with your team. When you've got your own distributors, you can do this with them. You can do it together, and it's going to help your business grow. And I love it.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited about it because some of these challenges, I remember so many people being like, whew, I did it though, Jen. I did it. I did it. And we ask you to send screenshots. I mean, it'll all be in the video for the challenge, like how you're going to back up what you did. But to send in those screenshots, to know that you couldn't like BS your way, like, yeah, I totally blitzed 10 people today. I mean, I could have lied to you guys right there and be like, and I blitzed 10 people today. I didn't. These are all going to be things because there is such huge power and a sense of accomplishment when you get to show your work. And it's like, oh, I cannot wait to celebrate with you guys.
And then I have another announcement to make, but I'm going to make that off camera for my team because it has to do with something else. But I mean, that's it. Basically, you guys, it's time to start taking ownership for your business. If you haven't yet, this is your business. We're here to guide you and be there for support, but it's yours. Okay, you have all the same tools that I have, that Jen has, that everyone has. You have all those same tools because it provides them for us. Going Pro, get that book, read it, become a professional network marketer. Decide, are you a poser, an amateur, or a professional? I guarantee there's not a single person on here that's a professional at all. No one is a professional. I'm sorry. If you thought you were, you're not. Because it takes 7 years to become a professional, and not a single one of you have been in this business for 7 years. Especially because Jen's been in for 3.5, and I've been for 4.5, and y'all are on our team, and you didn't start before us. So it's time. Most of us are going to be in that amateur, I would think. I know I have some posers on the team simply because of their actions aren't speaking to their words, and it's time to move to the next spot, especially each time you keep moving up, your business is going to keep growing too. So you guys need to really, if you need to go back and listen to those parts and see about the amateur, the poser, and the professional, and how you can do it. If you want tips on how you can do it, be doing the 7-day sprint, doing the Destination to Diamond, that's going to start moving you towards the professional. Straight up. So I'm really excited. I don't have anything else to say because we wanted to keep it 45 minutes tops. We're at 45 minutes. So
that never happens. At the end of the month, we just wanted short and sweet to the point because we want you guys to go message those people, take advantage of BOGO, end of the month craziness. But get yourself some rest because tomorrow, game on.
Game on. Yeah, we will get the page up and going. If you want to be a part of it, you got to let me know. I'll post it in my team page, and then we're going to go, and we'll get you added, and you get your file, and it's go time. I'm going to be doing 2 challenge groups, Destination Diamond and this. So if I can find the time while building my business too, you guys can find the time to put in a couple of hours the next 7 days or 30 days.
I'm so excited. All right, guys. We'll give Sandy. What time do you want to give out the team? We'll post the recording, and then do you want to give them until
noon?
Noon. All right, noon tomorrow. Tell your teams. I would go back to your teams that are not on here and be like, hey, you missed an awesome Zoom. And do you want to run? Are you ready to run? If so, watch the video or watch the recording and let me know. And we'll get those list of names. We'll get them added to the team page, and let's go kill it, guys. Let's make June or July ours. I'm so excited.
Yes. All right, everyone. We'll talk to you later.